Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do a reading for you. How are you, my friends? I hope you're well, my Earth cousins. I am here to do a reading for the month of May. Let's find out what's coming up for you, my friend, in the month of May. Virgo, not just sun signs, but Virgo, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. Virgo, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended if you're interested in that. I'm also going to tell you all about the sale that I have on that will be ending in 48 hours, 10% off. So let's find out what is going on for you. First here, Virgo, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We're reading about career, finances, and love for the month of May. Career. Woo! Rejoice in celebration. I like it. Let's look at finances. Finances, it says here, financial and material changes. Let's find out what else is going on in love. Tell me about Virgo. What's going on in love? We've got patience. Okay, interesting. So, I feel like what's going on here, oh look, there's a new beginning coming. I like it. What's going on here is I feel like something is about to switch up or change up in your career. That is, you're going to be celebrating something. So it feels like you either get a bonus or a promotion or a new job or something like that. It also does feel like with this these financial changes, right? It says financial and material changes could be because you do get a new job or some sort of upgrade in your job or promotion or something like that. Patience and love, because there is a new beginning coming. We'll talk about that. Tell me about Virgo. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Virgo. We've got, something coming in quick. It feels like something's about to change, and it's positive. Something in your career is about to change. Something possibly that you're not expecting for it to show up as soon as it is. Maybe you're in the running for something. Maybe you have put out a bunch of resumes and you've been waiting, but I feel like it's something that is going to show up quicker than you think it is. We do have the 6 of Cups. It feels like it's because of something that you've known for a while. So I'm going to say that if you've known it for a while, it's because you know it really well. We've got nostalgia here. And so it could be news that comes from someone that you already know. It could be that. Could be why it's coming quickly. Maybe you've applied at a place where a friend works or something like that. It feels like you're going to get a quick answer back on something. Nostalgia could mean friends, could mean soulmates, but it also could mean nostalgia could be, what you know in the last life, right? You could be a skill that you bring into this life that you just didn't know was going to show up as soon as it is. I've got the page of the Page of Swords in the reverse. I think you've taken your eye off it for a moment. I think that's why it's coming in, because you're not like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? When is it getting here, Elsie? Where is it? I feel like you've taken your eye off it for a moment. You're not expecting it. I feel like it's something you don't have to study for. It seems like something you've known since you were a kid, or something that you've learned through your career path in life. I feel like you're going to be hired for the things that you know, but also for the things you don't know, I'm going to say, because the Page of Swords is maybe the things that you don't know, but it also makes you trainable, right? Tell me more. One more card. We've got the 7 of Wands. So there's something incoming. I always see this incoming is what it looks like. But I'm going to say that it is something with the 7 of Wands. It tells me that you finally stood up for yourself. I feel like, you know what it is? You know what? When you go to apply for a job and you already have a job, what's the worst that can happen? They say no. I feel like this energy here is giving, I don't give a crap. I don't care if I get it. It is what it is. I'll just stay where I am. I know the thing that I'm doing really well. And I feel like it is going to show up. It's because you don't care if it shows up. So I feel like if you have applied for a job within, or this job will put you in a different position, which will allow more money flow, I feel like the answer is probably showing up quicker than you think it will. It feels to be like something you already know, because this Page of Swords being in the reverse tells me that somebody's talking about it behind the scenes, or also knows that you already know what you need to know in order to step into the next role or the position. So I feel like you can be selective at this point, but I also feel like you don't really care. I feel like all of these, if you've put out resumes, I'm going to say, if you're looking for a different job or a job in general, it feels like all of these start coming at you. But you can be selective, I think, because I feel like you probably already have a job. Let's talk about these financial and material changes, because I think that something that's coming in quickly also changes your finances quickly. Now, this is a 5, and 5s generally mean lack, but they can mean change as well, right? So let's talk about this. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the 5 of Cups. And we've got the Death card. You know what it feels like? Somebody here has already resigned to the fact that they're never going to make any more money. I'm just never going to get ahead. I'm not going to make any more money. I'm not going to get ahead. The 5 of Cups is sadness. It's regret. I wished I wouldn't have got hired on here. I wished I would have gone to school and extended my education. It feels like somebody's giving up. Like I see the Queen pouring out the cup, the thing that she wished for, the thing that she wants. Just want to love where I go. I don't want to get up in the morning and cry in my car because I don't want to go to the place that treats me bad. So the 4 of Pentacles is here, and it tells me that that's holding back, or maybe you've been you just want to have a job where you can save money. I think that's what it is. I don't think you're asking for a lot, but the financial and material changes are coming. Why? Because the Death card is here. I really do feel you're probably leaving a job, or something's transforming in your financial state. And I feel like it's coming because of a change that's coming in your career. So the Death card is not only an ending, but it is a new beginning, but ultimately it's transformation. It's an ending in the fact that I feel like what's ending is that worrying about money, being regretful about where you are, giving up, feeling like I'm never going to be able to save money. I'm never going to be able to get ahead. I feel like the Death card shows up to transform all of it. I'm going to say, I think you're wrong. I know you don't like to be wrong, Virgo. Neither do I. All right, let's talk about patience, because patience, this is about love. And so I feel like patience is gosh, there's a lot of, we've got a beautiful day here, by the way. Can you hear all of the bikes going on outside? The windows are open. And so it's a beautiful day. Anyways, so the patience card is temperance. And so I feel like something is about to show up for you. It's in a moment of alchemy, which means we don't anticipate it. We just do what we're doing, focus on ourselves. We focus on growth. We focus on balance. We just wait for it to happen as it's going to happen. But as you see here, there is a new beginning coming. Tell me more about this patience card. Something happens that brings everything into a place that is balanced, feels like it's healing. A seed is what is in this person's hand here. A seed that is about to bloom. They're planting a seed, and this person already is feeling that there is something that is going to bloom. It's like this is following through their intuition is what it feels like. Somebody knows if they put effort or time or energy into something, that it is going to show up for them. Tell me what patience is here. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Sun in the reverse. And we've got the 5 of Pentacles. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. I do believe that there is something that is showing up here. So in love, in the month of May, for some of you, I feel like you've given up dating, or you've given up the follow through. I feel like you've given up giving offers. It feels like there is an energy here for you as we maybe travel in toward the middle of the month, that you've already resigned to yourself to the fact that I have no control over any of this. But I feel like there's a seed that you've planted romantically here, or a seed that you've planted with the universe that says, I am ready. Now, we do have the Queen of Pentacles here, and that tells me that you're organized, that you're ready, that you're somebody who's financially stable, you're somebody who's in good health or taking care of your health, time, effort, energy, money. You're very specific about how you are spending your time and who you're spending it with. So I feel like you're willing to plant a seed, and that you know that whenever you plant a seed, something grows, but it feels like you're looking for something long-term, something stable, something slow-moving, someone who's loyal. We do have the sun in the reverse, and so I feel like it feels like you keep getting into relationships that might be dead end, or you might be in a relationship where you're not growing, because the sun for me is still clarity. When the sun comes up in the reverse, it's still clarity. It's just that nothing is growing. I'm not growing here. This relationship isn't growing. So it feels like somebody here is looking for a loyal, stable relationship. Look, maybe you're in a relationship with someone where your financial lives don't meet. Maybe you're a saver and you're in a relationship with a spender, or you always attract the spenders. It could be that, but it feels like if you're already in a relationship, it feels like you're not growing there. And I feel like you want to grow beyond where you are. We do have the Five of Pentacles. It also could be that the relationship you're in right now could be in a cold place. I'm going to say we're not talking. We're not really spending time together. Something here isn't working. If you're in a relationship that isn't working, that might be why. But it does feel like for those of you looking for something new, it feels like something new is coming in, because the Page of Pentacles is an offer, but it's a small offer. So it almost feels like somebody here that you didn't expect anything to grow with is all of a sudden saying, hey, do you want to just come out for a walk? Do you want to go for a coffee? Can we get together and just talk to each other? To me, this is the face-to-face meeting when we see the pentacle, the Page of Pentacles. And so it does feel like this ends up being a new beginning. But listen, pentacles aren't love. Pentacles aren't romantic love. Pentacles are practical. So this feels like the beginning of something new. We start to learn more about each other. This is some sort of practical thing. But if you plant the seed, if you decide to plant the seed, which is right here, if you decide to plant the seed, I feel like something does grow in a moment of alchemy. So it grows slowly. It grows healthy. It grows balanced. But I feel like in this moment of alchemy, you realize that you are in the new beginning without realizing that it was a new beginning, is what it feels like. So we have the new beginning and we have intuition. Okay. So your intuition comes back online is what it feels like. Your intuition comes back online and makes you realize that even though you didn't realize that this was a new beginning, it is a new beginning. You can relax. Rest and rejuvenation here. All right, I'm going to put down 3 cards and we're going to talk about what might be coming up in the future. We're going to go into the extended, and if you are interested in the extended, then please look at the comment that is at the top of all the comments. There's one that's pinned there. It has a link to the membership area. That's where all the extendeds go. If you're interested in knowing what happens from here, tell me more about Virgo. I'll put down 3 cards, and for those of you who aren't interested in coming into the extended, then we will just give you a little bit more information here. Also, if you're interested in a private read, there's only 48 hours left in the 10% off of the pre-recorded readings. The live readings are still on sale as well, so please take the link to Hypsee if you're interested in any of that. We've got the 7 of Swords. We've got the 6 of Wands. And we've got the Devil energy. I feel like there is something here that is about to be revealed. The 7 of Swords is information that's hiding. It's something you don't know, but I think that it's about to come out into the open because the 6 of Wands is here. Now, the 6 of Wands is about coming back from the fight, coming back from the war. People are cheering you on. Whatever it is that you're doing, people are noticing and they're cheering on. But I feel like something here has to end. It feels like you're going to be celebrating. The financial changes that are showing up is transformation in finances. This is all things and a brand new person coming in, or you liberating yourself from a relationship that's not working. The 7 of Swords tells me something's concealed. It's like you would have never decided to do this, but I feel like you're no longer in this energy of being stifled, Virgo. I feel like you're tired of being stifled. You're tired of being treated a type of way where you're being left on the outside looking in. I feel like you're the person who's probably responsible with money, or you're very organized, or you're someone who is very loyal and likes to move slow. And I feel like you just are someone who is sort of in this energy of confidence and blooming, and I'm growing, and I'm, it feels like you've done a lot of work on yourself, and now you're in this perspective of, I know what I want, instead of what I have to take. I don't have to take it anymore. The perspective is coming here that you can find your 10 of Cups. You can decide to find your 10 of Cups. It's always within you here with the intuition. You just have to, with your intuition, decide what you're doing. So I feel like somebody here, what they don't realize is that everybody's going to cheer you on, no matter what the decision is that you make, but what you don't see is what is being concealed from you. Somebody might be lying to you. I'm just saying. Somebody, if it's a relationship or an employer or maybe something that's financial, you might catch something as you're going over your statements and what has been spent. I feel like it's going to bring you to a place of you're no longer giving up because you're becoming cognizant or in charge and organized with your pentacle world. Is what it feels like. I'm going to go into the extended, and if you want to be in the extended, you do know how to get there. I'm going to go there, but I'll be back because I'm always back. So even if you're not coming into the extended, you will see me again. I'll be back with weekly readings. Happy May to you, my friends, and happy full moon in Scorpio. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care. Bye-bye.